Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am your host, Clay Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It is Sunday, June the 16th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Happy Father's Day to those of you who are fathers. I appreciate, I'm sure your family appreciates who you are and all that you do. I felt very appreciated today by my family. They all did their little Instagram stories for me. I think I maybe pressured them into doing so. They gave me a nice card, too inappropriate to read any of it on air here. And we ended up going to a fundraising lunch for a learning academy that's good friends of ours. Went to mass, had a quick nap, and then a quick dinner at home. And that was good. That was my Father's Day. Pretty easy. Yesterday, went to the BC Lions game, saw the 50 Cent concert, which was okay. I knew 3 of his songs, saw 6 dancers gyrating on the stage. I'm not sure how appropriate that was for the little kids in the audience. I was there with my big kids, Sean and Jake, and even I felt a little bit funny because of, I'll just put it like that. And then the Lions won, which was actually pretty cool. And then we celebrated with some Italian tomato for dinner last night. And then tomorrow, my family and then my mom and my brother's family were going out for dinner in an early recognition of my 50th birthday, which is coming up this weekend, which I'm going to ask your opinion about. I want to do a birthday stream, but I'm trying to figure out the best time to do it and what makes the most sense. But I'm going to get your input a little bit later in the show. So welcome to all of you. That was my very, very brief rundown of the weekend. And now I don't have to talk about myself anymore. We can talk about Canuck stuff. So welcome once again, everyone. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, as legends, Hall of Fame and franchise members, thanks for being here and thanks for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether in my beautiful neighborhood of Sefton and Richmond, in the city, Lower Mainland, province, country, continent, or around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three. But the fact that you are here with me right now in the middle of June, smack dab in the middle of June, know how much I always appreciate you and how I never, ever take you for granted. And Peter, happy 22nd birthday. Peter celebrated his birthday yesterday, so that deserves a goal horn in my opinion. So let's give it to him. Happy birthday, Peter. 22 years old. Oh, to be young and carefree once again. That's awesome. So happy birthday. Thanks for being here and your first day of being 22. That is awesome. What else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. There was a really nice comment from Jason here. And he says, excellent post on X about your children and your tribute to your late father. That's very kind of you, Jason. Thank you for the kind words. And I'll just show you that real quick if you hadn't seen it yet. And it's just, it's my chance to honor my current family and also, of course, my late father. So he says, they love me. This is what I said. They love me for who I am. They love me for who I am not. And they inspire me to be a better father today than I was yesterday. You make me so proud. And I thank God for blessing me with all of you. And thank you, Dad, for teaching me to be a good father, son, and man. So there's the picture of the three Mo's where they all medaled at the provincial bowling championship back in May. And then, back in March, and then Jacob represented BC in May, and Jacob representing Canada in South Korea next month, which is pretty exciting. And that is all of us on Mother's Day. Well, not all, I mean, all of them, the 4 that made me a father, obviously. And then that was us at Easter time. And then this was my late father. I've talked about a lot. I won't do so much today, but you guys know that my late father, Larry, it's his 20-year death anniversary. I can't believe it's been 20 years since my dad passed on October 11th, 2004. So yeah, it'll be 20 years for him. And of course, on his birthday, on his death anniversary, and on Father's Day, and hopefully more than that, but those are the 3 days where I really, and maybe on my mom and dad's wedding anniversary as well, those are the days where I really miss him, and I spend a lot of time reflecting on him. Yeah, not only did he teach me how to be a father, a husband, a man, he was also the one who introduced me to the Vancouver Canucks. So again, that is my late father, Larry. Very grateful to him, and very always miss him. But thank you, Jason, for the kind words. I really appreciate that. All right, so where are we going tonight? Well, what I want to do is I want to talk. We'll talk about the Canucks a little bit. Talk about some other things regarding hockey. Not a lot going on right now. We'll kind of preview what's the next 2 weeks are going to look like in the NHL with some key dates and things. And then, then by mid-show, I'm going to give away 5 new membership because it's the first and third Sundays of the month. I do that. I actually messed up. I forgot the first Sunday, so I'm doing it tonight. Did it last week. Yes, last week was the second Sunday of the month. I gave away the ones that I was supposed to do on the first Sunday that I was last week. And then I'm going to do back on track. It's the third Sunday of the month. So I'm going to give away 5 more memberships tonight. And then around the mid-show mark, I want to get your opinion on a birthday stream, because I want to do a birthday stream, but I want to do a birthday stream that makes a lot of sense, if that makes sense. So I'll get to that in a few minutes. Okay, let's talk about our favorite team, our Vancouver Canucks. Oh yeah, I see. Let me answer this for BC because this is a really good question. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to talk about this and then I forgot. So the Canucks are doing their, and this might be interesting for any of you who are season ticket members or are going to be season ticket members. Every summer, the Canucks do a seat relocation. And over 3 days, this year, it's tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday. In order of priority, basically in order of how long you've been a season ticket member, you have a chance to go. Actually, as I'm talking about this, I'll recognize Justin as well, because it's the exact same thing. So Justin, using his monthly membership message, 40 months. He's been a member for as long as you can be a member. So let's give Justin some love in the chat. Happy Father's Day to all dads. Are you going to be at any of the seat relocation events tomorrow to Wednesday, Clay? So thank you, Justin. I will answer. Thank you for being a member for 40 months. And I will answer that along with basically answering BCBC's comment as well. And by the way, I haven't done a regular stream since last Sunday. Wednesday was a member stream. It went really well, but I forgot to do this. So this is how you get involved tonight. You can subscribe to the channel and get active in the chat section. You can like the video if you're watching on YouTube. There are 45 of you watching on YouTube. There's another 80 of you watching on X, or at least passing by on X. So thank you for watching. Not bad for a non-game night, no news, kind of middle of June type stream. You can leave a donation and be the first to get the donation train out of the station. You can gift a membership. I'm going to do that in about 20 minutes or so. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your own membership. You can use your monthly membership message like Just Incredible just did, Hall of Fame member Just Incredible, Triple M. And then if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. So once again, those are the ways that you can get involved. Okay, so let me start by talking about the seat relocation, and then I'll talk about a bit of Canucks news, and then I'll talk about basically go mid-show sponsor read, and then I'll talk about anything that you want to talk about. But before I get going, this is massive. We got to give some love to the 75 kilogram champ. That's 165 pounds. See that good math? It's times 2.2. So whether he's 165 pounds or he's 75 kilograms, or that's what he can bench, he is awesome because he just donated $25. So let's give a big round of applause, a big shout out, some love to the 75 kilogram champ. That's amazing, 75 kilogram champ. He says in a sticker that I am amazing. I think that the 75 kilogram champ is amazing. I'm just going to call you champ because every time I say 75 kilogram, I feel like I'm going to mess it up. So I'm going to call you champ because that's what you are. So thank you, champ, for the donation. Gets the donation train out of the station. And basically that train is going to be rolling for a long, long time. Thanks to that amazing generosity. Thanks again, champ. Okay, let's talk about this seat relocation. So every year, season ticket members, new or old, get a chance to relocate their seats, and they go in order. There's 3 nights: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. There's about 6 to 8 time slots every night, and it's an order of tenure. So what's really funny is me and Mike's being my season ticket partner in 319. He's been a season ticket holder for about 20 years now. So we're basically at the top of the priority. So mine and Mike's appointment is tomorrow night. So we're going to go there before I go to Kobe for my 50th birthday dinner. So mine and Mike's are tomorrow night. Then Jason, Lim, and I, the ones that we have in 316, we are on Tuesday because we're in the middle of the batch. We've been there for a few years. And then me and Sean, my son, who we just bought for next season, I think BC Beasley, you are in BC Beasley, you are in the same boat as us. I'm on we are on the Wednesday night. So technically I have 3 appointments. I have Monday night with Mike, Tuesday night with Jason, and Wednesday night with my son, Sean. Tuesday night, I think Jason's going to bring someone else, which is fine. Then Wednesday night, I don't think Sean and I even have to go if I can look around tomorrow night. And Sean and I have no tenure. So BC Beasley, by the time you go on Wednesday, I think all the good seats, well, I shouldn't say that. A lot of the seats are going to be snapped up, because what happens is this: what happens, you show up at your time, you watch a 5-minute like briefing video, and then you basically have 15 minutes to go. They only give you 15 minutes to go around the entire arena. And you either can keep, if you don't do anything, or if you don't even show up, you keep the seats that you have, because we already have seats, right? That's how we got invited to this thing. But if there's like a placard on one of the seats, that means it's available for taking. And you can't take that placard and hide it. That's not how it works. You go and you actually stand by that placard when the buzzer goes down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the timer, the countdown is done, and you're standing at a new pair of seats, then a ticket rep will come over to you, and we'll see if there's a price difference, figure all that out. And then those are basically your new seats for the season. So BC Beasley, because you've already picked seats, basically you haven't even started yet, you can go and see what else is out there, and you can sit in different seats and try out different views. But I'm not sure if you're going to end up changing. Now, it's weird for me, because when I go tomorrow night, technically I'm going for me and Mike. So I can't change the ones for me and Sean, because our time isn't until Wednesday, if you follow what I'm saying. So it's a good chance to go check out what's out there. But I know Mike and I we're already in the second cheapest price range. So I know we don't want to spend any more than we already are. So really, I'm just going to see what else is out there. But even if I saw 4 in a row that I want to put me and Mike next to me and Sean, it's not going to work, because me and Sean can't change our seats until Wednesday, if you follow what I'm saying, unless I change mine and Mike's seats to go next to me and Sean. But I think I told you guys, it's really funny. Mike and I, in 319 row 13, we have seats 1 and 2, which are awesome. They're on the aisle. Then I know the guy who owns 3 and 4, and then me and Sean have 5 and 6. So we have 1, 2, 5, 6 in the same section, in the same row. So there's really no point actually of me switching anything. What I might do is I might informally ask number 3, 4 to swap with me for a few games if I need 4 in a row, if that makes sense. So that's the deal. I hope that answers your question, BC Beasley. If you have any other questions of oh, there's your question. Can you take pics of the seats that have placards tomorrow? What do you think I got time to do that? Oh, okay, I'll see what I can do, BC Beasley. But message me outside of this YouTube and let me know if you're looking in what section you're looking for in particular. And if I have a chance, I will, but no promises, only because the time is so short that it's pretty quick. So, but yeah, let me know. Just message me and then we'll go. Yeah, I'm Wednesday. I would meet you there, but I actually have a music rehearsal. I'm playing for a mass. So I'm playing for a graduation mass on Friday. The rehearsal's on Wednesday. So that's why I got to try and get everything done tomorrow. So I hope all of that makes sense. Can you remove a plaque and do a fan giveaway? Yes, they will. They will have no suspicion when I remove a plaque and then I show up on my stream on Wednesday night and give away a pair of season tickets. Rinketic, that is RSA. That is awesome. Hey, Trev, happy Father's Day to you and everyone that greeted me in the chat. Happy Father's Day to all of you. I don't want to make any presumptions. So if you're fathers, Happy Father's Day to you. If you're not a father yet, celebrate your own father, dead, dead or alive. And I don't say that flippantly. I just talked for a couple minutes about how my father has passed for 20 years now, but he was the number one inspiration behind me becoming a Canucks fan. So Trev, happy Father's Day to you as well. Happy Father's Day to everyone. BCBC, I know is a father. Everyone that's a father who's in the chat, happy Father's Day to all of you. Yeah, Ricky. 50 Cent, I just said I knew 3 of his songs. I knew In the Club, I knew PIMP, and I knew Candy Shop. Gosh, I feel dirty just saying these names of these songs. And I certainly felt something. I mean, like it was strange. It was strange watching families with little kids when the very first song he's already swearing, whatever. But then when the 6 dancers came out in their not very much clothing, good dancers, beautiful women, but not my style, and especially not style for a bunch of little kids. I know a lot of people left. A lot of people left after the concert because it's the cheapest way to get to a 50 Cent concert. I know a lot of people left by halftime. It was a long day. If you got there by 2 or 2:30 in advance of the 3:30 concert and you didn't get out of the arena, the stadium till 7:30, that is a long day. And if you ever read a BC Lions game, like I love them. I love the game. I understand the game. I've been going to games for ever since I was a little kid, but it's just a different vibe than Canucks games. There's less, it's just not as easy to do activations, contests, on-field activities, whatever it may be. And there seem to be a lot of TV timeouts, at least in hockey. You know, there's going to be 3 TV timeouts every period. In football, there seems to be a lot more after every scoring play, after every extra point. So just after every kickoff, it's just a lot of stop and go in the NFL, CFL. What do you think of the game, Ricky? Let me know. Yeah, all songs are dirty songs. Ring RSA, all songs. Okay. I'll answer these 2 questions about the Lions, then we'll talk about Canucks for 10 minutes. And then there's a lot of people there. I do like the BC Lions. It's just slower. How often do you go to Lions games? I used to go to about 3 of the 9 a year. Last few seasons, I've only gone to about 1 a year, Irvin. Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about the Canucks just for a few minutes. And again, thank you, Champ, for the amazing donation to get us going. I know Carol's very sweet, spoke to me in person. We had our bi-monthly members chat one-on-one. And I know Carol was very apologetic. Like, she doesn't need me to tell you this. She doesn't need people to tell, but she's been trying to donate for the past month, but she can't because something happened with her account and they're asking for verification, but she doesn't know how to get into it. So I know Coach Rob is trying to help her. Anyone that can help Carol with the donation, not because I just want Carol's donations, but because she is also frustrated. She's frustrated and she wants to get it going. Please try and help her out. I try to help her out over the phone, but I guess if they're asking for verification, and you got to be able to get into your own account unless something else happens. Really quickly, I'm not watching the Euros, Dave. And for the golf, I know that Rory had a chance, but ended up losing to DeChambeau at the end. We were watching it. Sean was watching on his phone on the way home from our fundraising thing. All right, this is Clay's Canucks commentary, so we should probably do 10 minutes of Canucks talk. I titled this, Where's All the Canucks News? Where is all the Canucks news? And, you know, you guys know that I slow down the frequency of my streams during the off season. And then this year is going to be even harder because I'm away for 5 weeks. But I think once I get back in August, I'll go back to my daily streams, or at least the frequency, but there's not much news to talk about because, and even my daily videos, I rarely do them if there's nothing to talk about. But I did do a video on Friday and I did really well. Well, I don't want to just equate numbers to doing well, but it got a lot of numbers. People I don't think are hungry for Clay content. They're hungry for Canucks content. And all I did was talk about 2 things. And it had to do with the 2 Russian players. We had heard from Rick Dollywall on Friday morning that the Canucks were going to do a final offer to defenseman Nikita Zadorov. And I won't relitigate my entire video now, but basically I talked about, we know why the Canucks fans and staff love Zadorov. We do know that there's concerns about how much he's going to want in terms of money and term. But Rick Dhaliwal seemed to indicate that term wasn't an issue, whether that's 5 or 6 years. It's money. And there's Zadorov thinks he's going to make $5.5 to $6 million in the open market. Then would he take $4.5 to $5 million in this market? How much of a hometown, he's not even his hometown, how much of a discount would he take to stay here because he loves the city, because he loves the fan base, because he loves the coaching staff, and because he loves the team? So that was an intriguing part. So Zadorov is the one I'm very interested in. And some were saying, well, give Zadorov $5.5 million, give Myers $3 million, and that's $8 to $8.5 million between the two of them. And that's not bad. That's cheaper than you were paying them last year. That's true. But is that your third pairing, or is that your second pairing? And then you bump Susie down to a third pairing. Yeah, I would honestly be able to live with Hughes, Hronek, Zadorov, Myers, and then Susie's Juleson as my top 6, if that means that we can get Zadorov back. I would do that. So that was one topic, and that's one guy that at least there's some murmuring about is indeed Nikita Zadorov. So that's one. But yeah, how much would he take in a discount to be here? So that's the first thing, is that's the one that we hear a lot about it. The other one I talked about was Ilya Mikheyev, and Ilya Mikheyev's not even UFA. He's not even RFA. He's got 2 more years left on a $4.75 million contract. So this is one of the few misses from Patrick Allvin. Allvin is the one who signed Mikheyev to that 4-year, basically $18 million contract or so, $19 million contract. Half of it's done. So remember, in the first year, he got injured and then they shut him down in January of his first year. His second year was the year that would just happen, and it wasn't great. Obviously, still struggling to come back from his injury. So he's got 2 more years. Is that money that you can move out? Is that money that's valuable? Of course it's valuable, but can you move it out? And I talked in my vlog on Friday about different ways that you could trade Mikheyev. So I don't think the Canucks are going to buy him out. They're already reticent. I love using that word. They're probably reticent to do that. They don't want to do that because they already have Ekman Larsson's buyout number starting to increase on the cap next year, even though the cap's going up. But I already said the $4.5 million, that's basically the difference between Pettersson's old contract and his new contract. So they got to be smart with their money, is my point. So if you're trading Mikheyev, not buying him out, you have to sweeten it. And two of the options I gave were adding picks or adding prospects. And one that I forgot to add, and Darren pointed out to me, which I'm really glad he did on the comments, was you can also retain salary. So I don't think the Canucks want to retain salary on Mikheyev because they're trying to make cap space. So but admittedly, I forgot to even talk about that in my vlog. So thank you, Darren, for that. But the other two, I don't think they want to trade prospects because we only have 3 really good ones in Bovenlander, Lekaramaki, and DPD. And then everyone else is just kind of middling or they're just okay, but I don't think it's enough to sweeten anything. So I think you really are looking at picks. You're saying, Clay, the Canucks don't even have a first or second rounder. Yeah, but maybe you have to attach a 4th, 5th, or 6th, something that's not as valuable, but maybe more valuable to a team that's rebuilding, like a San Jose, like an Anaheim, like a Chicago. So those were some of the options I kind of laid out on in my Friday video, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on some of that. Now, those are the names that I hear. Those are some of the names that I hear people talking about. So that means I've heard and correct me if you've heard something, I've heard very little. Let's go through all the players real quick. Dakota Joshua, I haven't heard anything. That probably means that he's on his way out. I think a team's going to overpay for him. And Patrick Allvin maybe even knew this when he referred to my job is to find the next Dakota Joshua. Huh? So there's that. Teddy Bluger, very quiet, but as we talked about here before, I think he's going to be kind of those second or third tier priorities where they will look to re-sign him once they know how much money they have after going big fish hunting, if that makes sense. Lafferty, I think he's even a lesser priority than Bluger. It could happen. It might not happen. And I'd be fine either way. And then Lindholm, I think they've given their best shot, but I think Lindholm thinks he can make more somewhere else, which he's probably right about. And I think as much as he was good in the playoffs, I think we're going to be happy. I think we're going to be happy at the end that we do not actually sign Lindholm. And that's not me trying to make an excuse in a good way for Canucks management. I just think that he's going to get a lot more money from somewhere else. And we're probably going to do one of these. For those of you listening to podcasts, I was wiping my brow. No, actually, technically, I was wiping my whole creasy forehead. But yes, I think we're going to be happy. So that's on in the forwards. I can't believe I talk about the same thing every week. I talk about the same thing with Parker every week because there's nothing to talk about. Like it's the same 11 guys we're talking about, the 9 UFAs and the 2 RFAs. It's crazy. On defense, I mentioned Tyler Myers, hoping to get him for $3 million over 2 or 3 years. I talked about Nikita Zadorov, apparently one last ditch offer. Filip Hronek, crazy. The more I think about this, I think you got to spend the money to sign him. I really do, because otherwise you're going to be looking for a right shot D. I think Bovenlander is going to step in a couple of years, but is he projected as a number 1 pairing or number 2 pairing? Probably number 2. So I don't mind spending the money on Hronek. I think he will be good. I really do. And then Juleson. Juleson's under contract. I think Ian Cole, we already know that Ian Cole is gone. And then Mark Friedman, kind of like Sam Lafferty, kind of a 3rd or 4th tier priority. Then in goal, as we've talked about, Shelovs will get a new contract, probably 1 or 2 years at $1 million and a bit. And then Casey DeSmith is likely gone, just makes too much as a backup. So if that sounds familiar, it's because that's the same thing that I've been saying for the past month since the season ended. And remember, my theory from last Sunday's live stream is I think we all got excited at the end of the Canucks run because we saw what this team can do. But then when you look at the numbers and you try and piece everything together realistically, it wasn't realistic to expect all those guys to come back. Now, a couple of other thoughts on guys that are out there. We've had this thought about if Lindholm wanted $7 million, wouldn't you rather spend 8 or 9 and go after Jake Gensel? I think Jake Gensel and Sam Reinhart are the 2 big UFAs out there. And I think Reinhart will likely re-sign with Florida. Yeah, I think they got to do it. Franchise player almost. He's outperforming Canuck and everyone. So maybe Gensel is the one that the Canucks are going to be after. You hear names like Matt Roy, Brett Pesce. I've talked about Teravainen before. Then I've also talked to guys like Jalen Chatfield re-signed in Carolina, I believe. Then there's guys like Jake DeBrusk. But now you're getting Anthony DeClaire. I've talked about a lot on here. But Brendan Dillon. But now you're looking at kind of the second tier. Really, of the top guys, I think Jake Gensel, there's going to be a lot of bidders. So it depends how aggressive Patrick Allvin wants to be. Yeah, Justin, you mentioned Duhaime. That's a guy. Yes, I think was it Sarah Valley who said they might loop back on him as well. Now. The last thing I'll say about this, and then I'll do my mid-show stuff, and then we'll get into your questions. I trust Patrick Allvin. Like I said, the only. Yeah, I guess they traded a lot to get Lindholm and whatever maybe, but I think the only glaring mistake so far has been the Ilya Mikheyev contract. I think generally everything else that Allvin and Rutherford have done has been good. Not all great, but it's been good. You can at least see why they traded for Zadorov. You can see why they traded for Lindholm. You really can. And so bottom line, in 2 years, they've turned over the roster how they wanted to. I trust. I trust Patrick Allvin. I really do. Last season, they brought in Soucy, Cole, Suter, Bluger, DeSmith, Zadorov, Lindholm. Like, look at all the guys that they brought in throughout the year, either in free agency during the summer or they traded for. They turned over 1/3 of the roster, right? And guess what? With 9 UFAs and 2 RFAs, they're looking at turnover even more than 1/3 of the roster, almost half the roster. And we have to trust that they're going to do it. Like we have no choice, obviously, if we're Canucks fans. At least our core is in place. You have Demko and Shelovs. Like, that's pretty strong. I wouldn't say it's the strongest in the NHL, but that's very strong. You have Hughes, and that's really all you need. You technically have Hronek for 1 more year, as long as you don't mess up the negotiations. And then you have Pedersen, Miller, and Besser at least. And I know there's a lot of other players you have, but at least you have good centers, you have a number one D-man, and you have a number one goalie. So at least, and the pieces are there for the Canucks to do something. So let's see. I'm excited, but it's June 16th. We're exactly 2 weeks away from free agency, and it's very, very quiet. So of course, we're going to hear more about what's happening for the Canucks for free agents in the next 2 weeks. We have the draft, the awards night happening on the 27th. We have the draft happening on the 28th, 29th, and then we have free agency on July 1st. It's funny that 27th to the 1st, I'll be in Vegas with Gail and another couple friend of ours. So I'll be actually in Vegas when it's the awards and the draft, but I land the night of the awards night, so I can't go in the draft. I'm really actually not interested in going. I want to see the Sphere, but I'm not interested in seeing the draft this year, given the Canucks have so few picks and they're all in the mid to late rounds. So a couple other things. And of course, didn't even mention that Edmonton Oilers wallop the Florida Panthers 8-1. Now, even though the series is 3-1 for Florida, goals scored in the series, I believe I added up, is 12-12. So they made up the deficit all in one game. I don't see Edmonton winning the next three, but at least they made it a little bit more interesting. Okay. It's 10:30, halfway through the show. I want to get your input on a couple of things before I turn it over to you. And just before I do that, I got to make one more banner. Actually, no, I'm just going to talk about it. So let's do this first. And then don't worry, I will get to all of you. Shout out to my sponsors. My primary sponsor, Van City Experts Real Estate. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. Shout out to my secondary sponsor, Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach. Use the link coachpatrickliu.com/clay and you get a free 5-day workout from him. Thank you to Gassy Jack Art, maker of this fine artwork. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the link tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off of your next purchase of Vessi shoes. And I know someone from this community bought recently because I got a notification. So thank you to whoever bought. I appreciate that. Now, a couple other things. Mid-show reminder to all of you to subscribe, to like the video. There's 102 watching on YouTube, which is awesome. 102 for a night where a non-game night and nothing going on. 21 likes. So let's bump that up if we can. Another 200 watching on X, or at least passing by on X. You can like the video. Like I said, leave a donation like the champ has done. Let's keep that donation train going. You can gift a membership. Oh, which reminds me, that's what I got to do. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your own membership. You can use your monthly membership message, your triple M like Justin did. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. So remind me, let me do it right now. And then I will talk about two more things before we get into the show. So I'm going to gift 5 memberships right now. Remember, these are given at random. As much as I want to assign them, I can't. So if you get these memberships, congratulations. Here we go. 5 new memberships coming to someone in the chat. Again, assigned to you randomly by YouTube, but congratulations. So let's give some love to Canuck Clay in the chat. Good looking guy. And welcome back Viper, Brian, Toymaker. Then we got RSA, gets a membership. And we get Leon as well. I think that's a new name. So welcome to all of you to franchise membership. You are a franchise member now for the next month. Oh, RSA was going to buy one. I should have given it someone. Just kidding. It's random. Anyways, happy to have you, RSA. Just like I'm happy to have Viper, Brian, Toymaker, and Leon. So you're all franchise members for the next month. So welcome to franchise membership. Now, 2 things that I want to bring up real quick. Number one, so I talked about this donation stream, and that's the worst name for it. I'll come up with a way better name, but basically it was, I'll start with a regular hour stream, and then I will stay on as long as people keep donating. And I'm thinking of setting the price And then partial proceeds, not all, because I'm going to keep some of it, admittedly, but partial proceeds I'll give to the Canucks Autism Network for sure. But I'll keep some as well, just for my time and energy, and we'll just see what happens. So I was thinking of doing this, and tell me what you guys think. I was thinking of doing it maximum 24 hours, but basically $2 a minute. So if someone, after an hour, if someone gave a $10 donation, it means I stream for 5 more minutes. So that means every hour will cost $120, not from one person, but if someone gives $5 here, or someone gives $2 here, maybe someone wants to give $30 in that last. So that's what I'm getting. I was going to do $1 a minute, but I think I should make it more expensive just because we're raising money and just to value my time. So I'm thinking about going $2 a minute and maximum 24 hours. And I'm thinking about doing it when I get back. I don't have time to do it before I go to the Korea and the Philippines, but I'm thinking about doing it when I get back. So that's my plan. I'm going to think about this over the week, and then I'll probably announce the final details either this Wednesday or this Sunday before I start going on my trip. So that's one thought. Yeah, Indigo saying $120 an hour. That's too much. You can't do it, says Capitalist Clay. Yeah, I could go back. I could go to $1 a minute. That's why I'm getting your feedback. And then Irvin says that's party hotline prices. But I don't want to go too cheap where it's 50 cents a minute, where someone gives $30 and then that extends it for another hour. To me, that seems like not enough. So maybe the happy medium is a buck a minute. Maybe $2 a minute is too. I don't know. I'll think about it. So I just want to get some initial feedback, but I'll actually get your formal feedback as I start to plan it. I think I'll set the date first, and that's what I'll do for this week, and then I'll figure out the. RNG says I'll buy 8 hours at minimum wage. So what does that mean? 8? What's minimum wage? And yes, you are showing your age by referencing party hotlines. Oh yeah, I never thought about this. I never did the math. But if I give half of it away to charity, 24 hours. Okay, we'll talk about it. More importantly, I wanted to get your opinion on this. So you ready? As you guys know, okay, here we go. So my shows this week, there's no Canucks After Dark tomorrow. So my shows this week are Wednesday. Oh, that's a great point, Justin. Let me highlight that from Justin first. I actually like that idea. $1 a minute, but then every new sub adds 5 minutes. Ooh, that's good. So it's not just about money, it's about growing the channel. Okay. We'll see. Yeah, I'm not worried about looking like I'm doing this for the money, because you guys know I don't. And I think, it's not about, I think in good conscience, I'd be comfortable with charging a little bit, because it's supposed to be something special. Part proceeds are going to go to charity. And if we don't make it, we don't make it. It's fine. I'm not going to do 24 hours for free. Right. So, thinking about that. Anyway, I'll worry about that later. But what I do want to get to real quick, you guys, is my next show is Wednesday. And then this is what I want your opinion on. On Saturday, it's my 50th birthday. You guys know that. I turned 50 years old on June 22nd. And I usually don't stream on Friday and Saturday. Now, I can't stream on Saturday because I'm having people over. Okay. Then there's Sunday night, the 23rd. That'll be my regular stream. So that's fine. So I thought about doing a stream for my birthday, just so I can be in a good mood, I love you guys. I love my family more, but I love you guys too. And this is my dilemma. So I want your opinion. I'm going to put up a poll in 30 seconds. And I'm basically asking you, which of the 4 would you actually attend? And if you're not going to attend, that's fine. It's not binding. I'm not recording who votes for what, but I just want to get a sense of what makes more sense. So you guys ready? The poll is going to say this: to celebrate my 50th birthday on Saturday, June the 22nd, which stream would you attend, right? If you were to attend one. And here are the 4 choices. And I'm going to say them and explain why. And then I want you to vote. It's not binding, but it's going to help me. Okay. So I go Friday from 11 to 11:45. So I go back to 11, but I take it all the way up to 11:45. And then basically I end it right before 12. So I'm with my family when I turn 50 years old, but at least we have 45 minutes together. Basically my last hour of being 49. So that's option number one. Option number two is I actually turn 50 on the stream. So I started at 11:30. I go into about 12:15. And when I turn 50 years old, I'm actually with you guys again. And this is the whole thing about, I love my family. I love you guys. I love my family more, but would you guys think, oh, it's cool that Clay's turning 50 with us? Or actually, would you think, oh, this guy is completely unbalanced and he's got all his priorities mixed up. Why is he with us when he should be with his family? So that's option number two, is actually being with you when I turn 50. Option number three is coming on the stream basically 15 minutes after, like 12:15 at night until 12:45. Now, the good thing about that is that I'm with my family at 12. Then I can set up the stream and come on at 10 after 12, 12:15, because they'll all go to bed or likely. But then it also means it's a really late stream. It's at 12:15, and I don't know if anyone's going to show up to that. Finally, I stream on Saturday on my birthday, but it would have to be like early morning, like 7:30 to 8:15, because I'm bowling in a tournament all day. That's kind of like my birthday gift from my kids. And then I'm having people over at night. So that is the poll. I put it up right now. So again, it's right there in the chat now. To celebrate my 50th birthday on Saturday, June 22nd, which stream would you attend if you had to pick one? Is it the Friday night before I turn 50? Is it late Friday, early Saturday? I turn 50 on the stream at the risk of looking unbalanced. Is it come on right after I turn 50? Or is it do it on Saturday morning? So there we go. There are some thoughts. Would love your feedback. Again, not binding. I'm just really curious to see what you have to say. And I even say, some people say that High T just says take the night off, which is fine. Others saying option number two, countdown to 50 sounds pretty cool. Yeah, my family might be okay with that. Raymond, I'm working night shift, so it'd be more economical watching Canuck Clay for free. I'll tell you that for free. Yeah, Irvin, I had the poll set up already. You can tell I wasn't typing when I was talking about that. So while you guys are voting on that, we got Carol. I want to recognize this. Carol, a member for 32 months, says, that seems low. I think that's off. Hey, Clay, thanks for your help. I really appreciate everything you do for this community. Thank you to everyone who is part of the CCC membership and group. Thanks for everything. Carol, we are so blessed to have you as part of this community. So let's everyone give some love to Carol in the chat for sure. Yeah, Tom Clayman, I actually talked to the family. I'll see. I think the 3 kids would do it. I'm sure. I don't think Gail wants to not get ready for bed prior to that. So we'll see. But thank you for asking. RSA, the 24-hour stream. That's what I was talking about. That's what I'm going to do maybe in August. RNG, when is the Hockey Guys Street Hockey meetup? What date is it? Let me know. I was actually born at 8 p.m. So it's actually Saturday at 8 p.m. would be my actual 50th. All right. I like seeing the votes so far, you guys. It's pretty even, actually. I think leading right now is spending my birthday with you guys. And let's get to some of your questions now. Darren, given the difficulties in trading Mikheyev due to his salary, do you envision the Canucks keeping him next season and hoping he improves? I think that's the last resort, Darren. I think they're ready to have that as their what's going to happen. But I really think their desire is to move him despite what they might be saying. Why don't you do a 24-hour on July 1st? Then you could have Canucks news to talk about. Cole, because I'm flying back from Las Vegas on July 1st and I don't get home till late. So I likely, at the risk of losing numbers or whatever, I will likely not do a show on July 1st. I'll have to catch up on July the 2nd. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, I won't be able to come out on the 22nd because I'll be bowling RNG and then I'm having people over. Alfred. Alfred asks, thank you, Alfred, for using your monthly membership message for this month. A member for 27 months, which is awesome. Thank you. Says, what contract do you think Besser will be signing after the season? He'll be a UFA. That is a great question. I think, I don't even know. That's such a good question because I like him. I like Besser so much, but I'm not even convinced that he's going to be a Canuck after his next contract, because what happens, if he has a really good season, is he going to price him out of this market, or maybe we're going to do everything we can to keep him because the cap's going up? He'll want a long-term deal. He's had a couple of bridges here, right? Like 3 years, or they haven't been super long. Yeah, his most recent one is what? He had his ELC at 3, then he had another 3, and then another 3. Yeah, I think he'll want to hit a big 7 or 8 year one. And does he become a $7.5 to $8 million player? Like, I wouldn't pay him more than 8, to be honest with you, for a winger, unless he's so electrifying. I don't know. Maybe it's a 7 years, 7 million, 7 times 7.5. That's such a good question. And unfortunately, I do not know the answer, but that is a great question. That's a really, really good question. Jay, it's on the 22nd. Thank you. More Zoom chats when you up. Do you won the summer? Yeah, Fangirl, I won't be back to the middle of August though, so that takes away a lot of the time. But I think Zoom chats. I presume you mean with the like media members and stuff. Yeah, that's a really good thing to do as we get closer to when it's the off season, for sure. Oh, doing option number 2 with the family on here. Okay, that's an idea. Okay, Irvin, stream and bring in Gail the kids. Call it the Roast of Clay emo. I'm putting in the chat right now for anyone who wants to watch it. For my 40th birthday 10 years ago, this is how conceited I am, you guys. I actually threw myself a party, and it was a Road to 40 roast. So if you watch, it's a 7-minute highlight video. I put highlights of everyone's roasts in there. But, and I think the video actually starts off with Marie and Ariel singing Happy Birthday to Me, which is pretty cool. Yes. So I won't show it on stream, but yes, it's a 30-minute video. So Irvin, if you'll see, if anyone who wants to watch that later, if you're really bored or you're having trouble falling asleep, it's a 30-minute highlight video of my 40th birthday where they roasted me. Marie and Ariel sang me Happy Birthday, which is the best combo ever. And we had people person after person just roasting the what out of me. And some of them are pretty funny. Like my brother's is pretty funny. My season ticket partner, Mike, you'll see him. He's really funny. So if you want, Ariel does a really good one. So if you want to check it out, there it is. Hey, Bern from Germany. Should Vancouver spend $9 million on Gensel or spend $9 million on 2 forwards like Toffoli and DeBrusque? Rain, I think anytime you have a chance to go get an elite player, you do. So I'll take the $9 million on Gensel, to be honest with you. In your example of Toffoli and DeBrusque, I'm taking Gensel. Buy the plane Wi-Fi and stream in flight. Yeah, I'm sure people on the flight home from Vegas would absolutely love me doing a live stream from the show. From the plane. Wow, RSA, thank you for this. Thank you for the $20. That is a Swedish krona, right? An RSA. Thank you for that donation. I think it translates to a few bucks in Canadian. I appreciate you, RSA. Let's give RSA some love in the chat. Have a good one as always. Go Leafs, go. That's fair. You donated, so I can't really say anything bad about you. Thank you again, RSA, for your generosity. Let's give RSA some love in the chat for sure. Oh, I thought you were being serious. See, you guys donate. I'll say anything. Besser is one guy I'll cheer for this whole career, Canuck or not. Yeah, he's right there. He's actually my favorite current Canuck player after they traded away Bo. I don't think you make any move to re-sign him until you see how he does this season. Like, I know you can July 1 you can sign the extension because he's 1 year out. but there's no rush. Let's see if he can do 30 to 35 or 40 goals again. Or I don't want this to happen. Maybe last year was a fluke. Maybe he doesn't recover from his blood clot. Like there's so many what ifs with Besser. As much as I, just like Irvin, I do like him as well. Top 3 ideal targets for the Canucks this offseason. I would love Jake Gensel. I would love Brendan Dillon. I think he does a lot of what we want on D. And you know, I've always talked about like an Anthony Duclair or someone like that. So let's go with those guys. Let's go with Gensel, Dillon, and Duclair. I'm not very greedy. Besser has bad luck. Besser seems like the kind of guy that might offer the Canucks a crazy sweetheart deal. That's true. I think he would recognize how good the Canucks have been to him. Hey, it was 20 Swedish krona, so it wasn't $20 Canadian, but RSA still is good. 2 top 6 forwards. Yeah, Suter. I do like Suter. I'm not sure if he can. I'm with you, Rain. I'm not sure Suter can do top 6 consistently. You think Besser will be asking that much, Raymond? Yeah, Marie's husband is doing better. He's doing rehab with his prosthetic leg, which is awesome. Do you think Lekharamaki's progress might influence the Canucks? Yeah, that's a great point. Because Lekharamaki is what Besser's what they want Lekharamaki to be, a dynamic scoring winger. Great point. Sweet. Your cousin got drafted to the Blazers. Congratulations. 6 foot, 14-year-old Jovanovski type. Awesome toy maker. Congrats. Oh yeah, Edmund, you clicked on it? Yes. I grew back the flat top just for that party, actually. Actually, there's a... I'm going to scroll out. I'm going to zoom out just for a second, you guys. So I know it's hard to see. That picture there, that is from my 40th. Oh, no, you can't see it. Hold on. Let me get rid of the banner so you can see it. How do I do this? No, it still didn't do it. Hold on. Oh, I don't think I can remove the overlay. So sorry. That was a horrible... There's a picture. If you click on the link of the video, you'll see that, yeah, I grew back my flat top just for that party, my 40th birthday. Besser amount as UFA equals 2 years as Toffoli as a UFA, but is Besser twice as good? Lonnie has reportedly asked for a trade. Should the Canucks be a team to pursue? Yeah, I saw that. I'm not convinced. I like him. I'm not convinced he's a Rick Tocchet type of player, to be honest with you, Rain. Yes, 2 to 3 Canadian. Thank you, Jay. Roast your kids. Name a Father's Day present one of the kids made you when they're really little. You know, I don't know if it's for Father's Day. Yeah, so little, they would like make me little cards and doodads, but one that was recent, I think it was recent as a couple of years ago, so it doesn't count as when they were little, is Jacob did a really nice job. He actually put a video together. No, it was, you know what it was? He put, I think I may have shared it on a stream or elements of it. He actually put a little quiz together about me for my birthday or for Father's Day. Actually, now that I think about it, was for my birthday, but complete with graphics and transitions and video. That was very, very kind of him. But that was a couple of years ago. For Father's Day, yeah, just mostly cards and stuff. In fact, they gave me a card this year too, which is nice. Not homemade, but making fun of me nonetheless. Which Abbotsford Canucks player do you think is most ready for the NHL? Well, you know, I'm surprised that Christian Wolanin hasn't got called up more, but I would go with Baines. And I know they're high on Max Sasson as well and Atu Ratu, but I'll go with Baines. Hey, Pastor, nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Happy Father's Day. 3rd round pick and Mikheyev for Rice to sign Gensel. 3rd round pick and Mikheyev for Rice to sign Gensel. But would Carolina take that? I'm not sure. Looks like no new seats for Rogers Arena for next season. Okay, I'm going to look at your text, James. Oh. James, thank you for that. Are you Is that public knowledge? I heard someone else ask about that earlier in the stream. Is it public knowledge about the difficulty of getting new seats into Rogers Arena? Thank you, James, for that text. Acquire Kaprizov, whatever it takes. Yeah, he is good. Go after Boone Jenner and Cole Sillinger. Those are good players as well. Not yet public. Thank you, James. I love how James is in the chat and he's texting me as well. Is there a chance the Canucks might be interested in pursuing Sam Reinhart? I think he's going to be too expensive, and Florida, I'm sure, will want to keep him. No signings after the finals end. What, like they're not allowed to, or you just think they're well, you can re-sign your own guys, but are you saying they're not allowed to, or it's just common practice not to announce it? I like Ehlers, and I like him more than Line A, actually. More potential, I believe. When I lived in Surrey, my old GM's baby was born 1 week before my daughter, and he just got drafted by the Tri. Nice! And happy Father's Day to you, Irvin, as well. Hey, Steel Dog. Baines never missed a shot because he never takes one. Rangers trying hard to move buyout, retain or move Trouba. Yeah, there's a lot of baggage there, but I guess he's the kind of guy you want on your team and you hate playing against, right? Can't wait for Lecker, Mackey, and Verlander. Hopefully come more Swedish stars. Yep. Matt and Tim Chak. Nice. I have to look that up. D-Tran. Happy Father's Day. I hate to bring the mood down, but I did not get one. That's crazy. How old's your son, D-Tran? And then no one else in your circles or in your life? Well, D-Tran, me to you directly. Happy Father's Day. I'm sure you're a good dad and you're doing your best to be a good dad. And know that you are worthy, and know that you are loved, and know that you are very important. Okay? Man, thanks for sharing that. And maybe your son might he appreciate, maybe, I don't know, right? I can't say this, but I'd like to think he appreciates you. He just might not express it that well. I feel like they'll announce a big signing during the draft. Okay, I'll take it. Whereas Viper's dad said didn't even know it was Father's Day. Irvin with some tough love here. I do say that there is more hype around Mother's Day. You know, one thing about Mother's Day too is like this was always around, but I find there's more and more sensitivity now around those that can't become mothers because of infertility or losing babies or whatever it may be. Whereas with dads, obviously, for obvious reasons, it's a little bit different. But I would say there's more hype around Mother's Day for sure. You're most welcome, D-Tran. No, D-Tran doesn't have to leave his estate to me. We can just be buddies. Earliest chance to bring Connor Bedard back to Vancouver. Hey, happy Father's Day, Bern. Thank you. Truly, it's after 7 years. Usually a team has a player. The earliest a player can leave a team unless they demand a trade, free agency, is 7 years. The team that drafts a player has control for 7 years. A Miller type deal. So like, if you're saying like, you know, on the morning of day 2 of the draft, maybe, but yeah, I could definitely see them active during the draft. I think that's a fair question, Fangirl, for sure. Potential Hornet trade around the draft. They can't come. Yeah, you're going to want 2 or 3 assets, but then you're going to need a right shot D-man. Like if Verlander's not ready, then you got to go hunting in free agency. And when I look at right shot D-men, there's Brandon Montour. He's going to be expensive. There's Matt Roy, Brett Pesce, Sean Walker, Chatfield, note signed, Carrier. So would you say any of those guys are as good as Hronek? I don't know. I don't think so. Dumba, DeMello. Yeah. I don't know. I think they get it done. I really do. Toffoli would be a nice replacement if Besser priced himself as a UFA. Toffoli's 32 though, eh? It's a little bit older. Hey, JS, nothing's been decided, but I'll end the poll right now. Remember, it was not binding. I just wanted to get your input on it. 34% of you, it's a tie. 34% of you are saying go Friday night up until my birthday. Another 34% of you are saying go over straddle my birthday. Only 15% of you are saying come on after the birthday, and only 15% of you are saying come on Saturday morning. Okay, so at least from you guys, loud and clear, it's a Friday night option. So it's a matter of, do I stop the stream before my birthday or do I stream through my birthday? You know what's going to happen. I'm going to intend to be off by 11:45 and then somehow I'll magically go right through 12, but we'll see. But I appreciate your input, everyone. Love this, Pastor Dan. Sometimes part of the challenge is taking one for the team, taking on the responsibility, even when it's tough and unrecognized. Beautifully said. Thank you. Trading Demko. No, I hear what you're saying. His value is high, all those things, but Sheila's is great. Are we ready to anoint him, ready to start number one? I want to see a bit more sample size, but he was great in playoffs. Still consistently scores 30 goals. Okay, plus that's fine. That's fine. Fudgy, a little hard for me since my dad doesn't call me anymore and he expects me to call him, but he doesn't answer barely. Tyler, that's tough. Thank you for sharing that. I don't know if you ended up calling your dad. As much of that, that's hard. But sometimes you got to be the bigger man, right? Even though you're the younger man. Thank you for sharing. Trading Demko would take all my trust in management down the toilet to betting level. Okay, so Jack does not want a Demko trade. Grey Cup, I'm not sure yet, Simon. I haven't decided yet. I haven't bought tickets just yet. Good, D-Tran. Keep it going. Carrier. How do you know which guy I was talking about? Yeah, thank you, Jay. Thank you. Carrier. Just like Matt Roy. Is it Matt Waugh? Or no, he's Matt Roy for sure, right? Demko is a good trade chip because of how much a bargain his contract is, but he's too good to trade. Goalies like Demko don't grow on trees. I wouldn't trade him. Sam Reinhart still not signed in Florida. Yeah, and I'm sure he's not going to worry about it during their playoff run. Okay, friends, it's already 11 o'clock. That was a fast hour. I must have missed talking to all you guys. So thank you for being here. As I mentioned, my next show will be Wednesday night, and then it's a bonus week. I'll do a third show on Friday. Just haven't decided what night it is. I mean, I decided Friday night. Just haven't decided what time I'm going to start. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Andrew Chang. Thank you for your support, and thanks to Hall of Fame and franchise members as well. And thanks to all of you for watching, liking, and subscribing. Always appreciate you. Never, ever take you for granted. For those of you that went above and beyond today, just incredible. Member for 40 months. Use this Triple M. We had the champ give the $25 donation. We had some goofball named Canuck Clay gift 5 memberships. We had legendary Carol Bovenlander use her monthly membership message for 32 months. We had franchise member Alfred use his 27-month membership. And then we had a late donation in Swedish krone from RSA trolling us with the Go Leafs goal, which he claims he was joking about. So thanks, everyone, once again for being here. And don't forget my shows this week are Wednesday night and Friday night. Wednesday night at 10, Friday night to be determined. On your way out, subscribe, like the video, leave a donation, gift a membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your membership, use your monthly membership message, and rate and review if you're listening on a podcast platform. Thank you to Advanced Experts Real Estate. Thank you to Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach. And thanks to all of you for being here on this Sunday night. And once again, a final happy Father's Day to all of you fathers in here. See you on Wednesday night, my friends. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. By the way, last night I had a nightmare that disco music was making a comeback. Yes. At first I was afraid. I was petrified. God bless. And go Canucks go. Booyah.